Welcome back to the Rouges. Bienvenue à the Rouges. We talk about Canada soccer and U.S. soccer. Tonight, we're going to actually be talking about the Canada's women's game versus Nigeria on their victory tour, once again celebrating their Olympic gold medal. And it is the Rouges versus the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And yes, this video is being recorded a day late due to, as I've been saying in my previous videos, dealing with exams and pretty rough nights, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's been pretty tough, but we're almost there. Just a couple more weeks remaining, and then things should maybe get better just a tad bit better though for the summer. Definitely should be able to cover more games, hopefully on time as this rough time passes. But I appreciate to those who are sticking with me through this, and hopefully still producing quality, good, decent videos for you guys to enjoy or listen to, I should say. But nonetheless, we can talk about Canada's game, and after this one will be the U.S. video as they played tonight. And they put an absolute thrashing on, I don't know why I forgot, but Uzbekistan. Shouldn't have forgot that, but but that's for that video. That will be after this one. Here's the late, but better than nothing at all. Canada versus Nigeria video. Victory tour, by the way, in Vancouver, home at BC Place. Vancouver Whitecaps of MLS. And in this one, it was 2-0 for Canada. And honestly, it was a good performance. Nigeria put up a great fight for Canada. They forced a couple of decent saves out of Sheridan, and really, really tested them, and really, really is what I want to see. And it was really, really just a fun game to watch. There's only 2 goals to talk about, though, despite all the excitement. Canada did have a lot of opportunities, but credit the Nigerian keeper who just came up big this game. Both keepers came up big, but man, Nigeria, if it wasn't for her performance, Canada could have easily, probably, arguably, I won't say easily though, because Nigeria did put up a good fight, but maybe could have arguably had a little more goals. But nonetheless, before we get into that, this is also it turns out to be a goodbye game, or a last final game for Stephanie Labbe, one of the Canada's fantastic all-time goalkeepers. And I'm going to talk more about this at the end of the video, but man, it's going to suck seeing her leave. And just like it was for the U.S. for Carly Lloyd, Stephanie Labbe is officially checking out. And we're going to be talking about that after the game preview. There's only 2 goals to talk about, and not really a lot, given how it's a victory tour. And they're just using this, as I've always said, as prep for a big CONCACAF qualifying year coming up. Reminder that never before have we had 2 competitions qualifying in one competition before. So this tournament will be, and later I think in September, will be as kind of a dual qualifier for both the Women's World Cup next year in Australia and New Zealand, as well as the next year's or year after Olympics. So it's a busy, busy tournament or busy year ahead for both Canada and USA, but an all-important tournament nonetheless for both teams. And so, nonetheless, let's go over the starting lineup for Canada's game against Nigeria. And I found out that I did say, I was been saying one person's name wrong, which was Vanessa Giles, not Giles, it's Giles, corrected by the announcer, whoever called the game last night. So good thing I call it that way I can stop calling her Giles. It's Vanessa Giles, and definitely will not forget that, and definitely will be saying Giles going forward. But nonetheless, we have Christine Sinclair. Gotta have her. She's Canada's captain. Gotta have her. All-time leading scorer. Stephanie Labbe, keeper. Her last game, unfortunately, but it's been real, and she'll go on to do better things. Alyssa Chapman, Kadesha Buchanan, Quinn, Deanne Rose, Desiree Scott, Vanessa Giles, Nichelle Prince, who had a great game, Janine Becky, and Jessie Fleming. And as I said, there's only 2 goals to talk about. And basically in the 51st minute, there's no goals in the first half, although Canada came really, really close. But credit Nigeria for just digging in and just making it really hard for the Rouges tonight, or yesterday night, I should say. But nonetheless, we jump to the 51st minute. It's a fantastic pass from, nonetheless, Christine Sinclair right to Deanne Rose, who dumps it off to Jessie Fleming, who puts it away for Canada, and it's 1-0 for the Rouges. BC Place erupts, and it's a fantastic goal from Jesse Fleming. And what a breakthrough for the Rouges after they were struggling all night to really get through. But once again, you got to credit Nigeria for standing strong and just refusing to give in to Canada in any way. And yeah, I mean they only conceded 2 goals, so if I'm the Nigeria Super Falcons, I should be proud. 72nd minute, Janine Becky swings in the corner, right to Jordan Heidema, who has a fantastic first touch. Great touch for her. Right to Vanessa Gilles, who buries it past the keeper. And it's now 2-0 for the Rouge. And, man, I mean, let's go to the touch. I mean, first, great service for Janine Becky, just right on the dime for Jordan Heidema, who just gives it right to another dime for Vanessa Gilles, and she just buries it with her head past the keeper. And yeah, and La Rouge lead 2-0 over the Super Falcons, and that's the way it would also end. No more goals would be scored. However, more chances would be on both sides, as keepers on both sides would be forced to make big saves. I believe eventually, sometime during the game, Stephanie Labbe did get substituted, and she had her farewell clap, as well as she got honored at the end of the game. But in came Sheridan, and Sheridan she just stood on her head too. So it was a great night all around for both goalkeepers. Made it an entertaining game to watch. And I really hope to see another game like that in the coming days in Victoria. It would still play the same team, so it'll be a rematch for Nigeria. But yeah, maybe a tougher game. We'll see what Nigeria learn. We'll see what kind of shifts happen. But this was a great test for the Rouge, and great performance all around for both teams. But nonetheless, let's head to the stats. As I said, Canada had a ton of shots here, 24-6, and my oh my, look at the accuracy for the Rouge. 14 of the 24 on target, while Nigeria too, 4-6. But Canada was just peppering Nigeria all night long. Keeper was just big. She just came up big, and that's all I can say. She had a great performance for Nigeria and kept them in the match, kept them from getting blown apart as Uzbekistan did against the USA. But Nigeria, credit to them, they dug in and they really fought hard. Canada enjoyed 60% of the possession, while Nigeria had 40%. 405 passes, 288 passes completed, 82% pass rate to 71% pass accuracy, 6 fouls to 4, no yellow cards or red cards on both sides, 3 offsides to 2, and 11 corners to 5. As I said, Nigeria played really well, given how I was observing them for I think they played the USA last year in October in Austin, but playing Canada, this was the first time I got to see them playing against a Canadian opponent, and nonetheless, I mean, they played well, and I mean, as I said, the keeper gave them everything that she could ask for. I wish the thing would have showed saves, and I'm pretty sure it's on the stats somewhere, but yeah, she just stood on her head, and no matter how much she got peppered, I mean, she just stood on her head and kept Nigeria and Super Falcons in the game. And if she performs like that again in Victoria, and I think on Tuesday is when they play again, or Monday, I should say, yeah, we could be looking forward to another entertaining game, and another hopefully good test for Canada on this victory tour. And as I said, for preparation for a big year ahead for CONCACAF. And yeah, in terms of going back to analyzing this game and what this means and looking for good tests, which is kind of the theme right now, honestly, for both the men and the women's side, for both Canada and USA. You're looking for good tests as both teams have big years ahead of them. This year is big. The next year is, for women, and the year after are big for them, especially. But nonetheless, this year, 2022, is a big year for both Canada and USA soccer. So, yeah, and Canada, was this a good test for them? Absolutely. Nigeria made it hard. The keeper made it hard for them. She was a brick wall yesterday night and just was really enjoyable to watch. And, nonetheless, Canada needs more of these games, and they need to get more of these tests that way, which I'm excited to see what Nigeria can do on Monday in Victoria. Test Canada more, make them work on accuracy, put it, kind of work on their finishing and stuff. But, nonetheless, in terms of tactics, I think Nigeria played that low block, which we all know, all familiar with, gave the USA and other teams as well trouble. Other talented teams that are ahead of them in the rankings are just better in talent. They found a way to use that low block to their advantage as we saw with the USA, what they did in October in Austin when they played. I think the USA only won 2-0 in that game too. And Nigeria went to a low block. They made it really, really hard for the USA to break down, just like Canada. I mean, they made it really hard for Canada to break down, but Canada, they were fine with them letting them shoot away and enjoy possession. It's just long. The keeper came up big, if their defense came up big, which the keeper came up big. I mean, other than one or two mistakes, I mean, Nigeria played really, really well, and I really enjoyed them as once again, they're a really good defensive team, as it seems, and given that this is not the first game I've covered him for, I watched him for the USA as well. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that, I mean, they're pretty consistent defensively, and that's really, really key to have. Especially, and I really, really hope to see them in the World Cup or Olympics coming forward, as they're going to be a tough team to break down, as they know how to play the low block really well, and they really, really know how to play defense. And it's something that really tests both Canada and USA, as Canada, both of them so far. We'll see what they do in game 2, but we'll see what, they lessons learned. But, I mean, Canada, they had a lot of shots on target. So, in terms of accuracy, I mean, I can't really critique there unless you say, I don't know, put the ball in a more specific spot where the keeper can't save it. But I don't know. At some point, you just got to, as I always say, you just got to tip your hat to the right people who just play their minds out and just their hearts out. And yeah, as I said, the Nigerian keeper had a great night tonight, or yesterday night. And there's nothing you can do. I mean, you just got to accept it. Don't take anything away from her performance, as I always say, as she was just phenomenal. And I'm really, really looking forward to see what they can do, as well as Super Falcons can do against the Rouges come Monday. So all eyes on that. We'll be ready for that. But nonetheless, I mean, yeah, in terms of the gameplay, I mean, it was a really, really enjoyable game. BC Place, glad to see a lot of people there, as always, supporting the growth of the sport in the country. And yeah, let's just keep hoping for good games and more good tests for this Canadian women's side, in preparation for a big fall, it sounds like, and as well as leading into winter of 2023. But one thing at a time, big fall, September, sounds like when all the action goes down. That CONCACAF tournament determines everything, literally everything. World Cup and Olympics, and even just bragging rights of CONCACAF as always. So good, you can even use those games as tests as well as preparation for the big year of 2023 for the World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, as well as even the 2024 Olympics. So yeah, I mean, due to the recent pandemic and everything that happened, everything is more compact. So that's why 2 events will be conceded in the one tournament this year, which never before has happened. But hey, you gotta have a first time for everything, and some things just happen unexpectedly. But I'm not gonna complain. There's more games for me that I get to cover for you guys, assuming that there's no conflict with school and stuff. Which, if so, it'll just be late, and hopefully it shouldn't be like Montreal where I'm just too tired to not make a video, as that was rare. And yeah, so far it's the only time I ever had to do that. But nonetheless, that's more games for me to cover. And we'll see how I feel. I think I said I was going to cover a U20 team or a U20 tournament, but which already took place, obviously. But yeah, as we all know, I'm not, maybe not. But nonetheless, we still got Canada and USA soccer that we're covering. But big year, and we're definitely going to cover those games. Those are a must. So gotta cover those, as they literally dictate the next 2 major competitions for the women's side. So if you don't talk about it, then what am I doing? So you got to do that in this case. But yeah, great game for Canada and Nigeria. But now to the last moment of the video that I want to end on. It really, really touches me. Stephanie Labbe, she is retiring officially and moving on to bigger and better things. And we want to wish her well. And she just, once again, give her credit to everything she did. I think she played a big role. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it wasn't her, it was either Sheridan, but I believe she did play a big role in that USA game in the Olympics where Canada edged them out, and it led to the quest for gold. But it's gonna really, really feel different with her leaving, as it always is with older generation, passing the torch to the newer generation. But it's sports, and I always say that I said it with Carly Lloyd for the USA. People come, people go. That's just the nature of sports. One day, Ronaldo and Messi are gonna retire. One day, just the greats would always retire, and that's how it always works, and that's how it always gonna work. So the time's gonna come, but it's important that we revel and relish in their presence now. Which watching her just continue to just take this team to new levels. Labbe just really did a great job, and she was really fun to watch in net. Had some big moments, some big games, and yeah, now it's time for another youngster. It could be Sheridan, someone else to fill her shoes and just carry on the legacy of this team. So, but all in all, she was really really wonderful, and it's gonna hurt for a while. It's gonna sting seeing her depart from the team. But as I always said, she will be moving on to bigger and better things. And she played really well for her last game. I mean, take nothing away from that. And I believe, if she started and she didn't have a single, she had a great shutout. I mean, what a way to end it! A shutout on your final game with the win on a victory tour. I mean, you can't ask for a better exit than that if you're honest with me. So yeah, we wish her well for her future endeavors, and we'll see. Hopefully, she'll be at future games, or hey, we might see her on a commentary broadcast. But we wish her well for wherever she goes, and we'll definitely be keeping in touch and hearing more about her hopefully in the future. But in terms of the game and everything, and that's pretty much it. Just another game, a great test for Canada on their victory tour, and we'll see what they can do come Monday against Nigeria in Victoria. So if you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Also, make sure you hit the along with the subscribe button, the bell notification, that way you know when the video is uploaded or posted. Just like for this is what in this video, it's a perfect example, as this one is fashionably late, but nonetheless it's still made, and I hope it's enjoyable to you guys. And also tell your friends, farewell to Stephanie Labbe.